ceiling, I'm alive. It's a beautiful feeling.
My draws. There's always a habit. I'm prepared for war. War. That's ironic. So it's like 3:45 in the morning, and I'm hesitating on if I should do it now or write it down first. But you know what? I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. The intro to this show that I'm gonna create, and that show is called N Circus by yours truly. The show is basically about the state of our affairs today. What's really going on? You know, the bread would be food or money, mostly food. And the circus is like the greatest show on earth. But in reference to that is where we fit into this bread and circus. If you're familiar with Nero, he gave the masses bread and circus to keep them from rebelling on the streets. Meaning, bread, food, circus, a show. But if I'm going to modernize that time, it means I have something to eat, I have a house, I have DirecTV, I have whatever it is I need to keep me blinded from what's really going on outside, to keep me controlled. Because if I have a roof over my head, if I'm eating well, then why should I care about anything? And that's what we're going to talk about mainly. That's what the show's going to be about. And I've been thinking about for a while, so that's what's going to happen. So I'll come weekly, maybe twice a week, maybe every day, it depends. And, you know, we're going to discuss a great many things. We're going to discuss a lot of things. We're going to discuss the Trilateral Commission. We're going to discuss the Bilderberg Group. We're going to discuss the Bohemian Grove, the Council on Foreign Relations. We're going to discuss the supposed New World Order. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is just a whole bunch of conspiracy theories. Not quite. We're also going to discuss racial tensions and race relations. Because we all live together here in America, which is one of my biggest... This is the United States of America. United. What separates this country, I think, from any other country is diversity and the ability for everyone, no matter race, creed, religion, to get along. But there are some of you who just can't see past your narrow-minded beliefs and thoughts. And it's kind of odd. So, we'll be talking about that. We'll also be keeping an eye on what's going on in the political world. President Barack Obama. Your president, by the way. That's another story. You guys obviously don't... Well, hold it. We'll talk about that later. Your president, and then the Republican hopeful Mitt Romney. We'll talk about that one later. We'll also talk about women's health care. That seems to be a hot button. It's plainly obvious for me. Put the health care for the women. What's the problem? We'll discuss the intricate details of that situation. We're also going to, touch on the cases that are happening around, the person who decided to retire after losing about an X amount of money, JP Morgan, that fiasco. It's a lot of things. Today, however, I want to talk to you about what drives you. A wise man once told me, out of all the fruits on the tree of life, dreams wither the fastest. Meaning, if you have a goal, if you have a dream, if there's something that you're working toward, you need to get up and do it. I don't know what drives you. It could be materialistic things. Watch, chain, bracelet, these shades. No, this man drives a lot of people. The Lakers. I hate the Lakers. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. I hate the Lakers. I like that jersey. Let me take that. Are you okay? I don't like them though. Jordans are popular. They drive people to get up off their asses and get a job and do stuff. Maybe their priorities are a little different though, because you shouldn't spend this much money on Jordans. But I work for mine. We'll also discuss the controversy of Creative Rex versus Jordans. A lot of people seem to think that Creative Rex are cheap rip-offs of Jordans. I don't think so. I like both shoes. So I don't know. We can discuss things like that too. You know, stuff like that. And I'm going to be honest with you. What drives me is more than just materialistic items. No. What drives me is the single fact that I've always had this thought of being much more than just a simple guy that you met, much more than a Haitian African American, much more than a male, much more than another face. I've had this feeling for a long time. My mom told me I love my mom. Mother's Day, important day, yesterday. I've had this feeling. Actually, wait, Mother's Day wasn't yesterday. I need to go to sleep. It was Sunday, obviously. Anyways, I was told by my mom, my dad, some of my teachers, a random preacher at a church. But the thing that stops people sometimes from achieving their goals is themselves, laziness and procrastinating. You gotta learn how to stop all of that stuff, you know? And then I want to share with you a testimony real quick. A testimony, like we're back in church. But I'm out here, you know, working hard, sweeping up glass from a parking lot of the restaurant where I work at. It's just glass and trash and cans and just crap everywhere. It looked like a scene of two bums like fighting each other. Like I could just picture it now. It was homeless Holmes versus the garbage can man in a freaking, if you win you get a sandwich match or something like that. It was crazy. But I was sweeping it up and some chick pulls up in a 2012 Mercedes coupe. Man, people who know me, I gotta tell you, I'm a Mercedes man. I drive one myself. Mine's kind of like an antique. But anyways, something happened. Something that I'm typically against. And that is negative snap judgments. Now, people make judgments regardless. People are going to make negative judgments. But I try to strive past that, me being of higher intelligence than the norm. I hate to say it, but hey, I mean, I know what I should and shouldn't do. But yet I find myself reverting back to an old, lesser intelligent me. So when this chick comes driving by, instead of wondering what she did to get what she has, maybe asking her for advice, the first thing that came to my mind was uppity white chick, probably not hers. She probably doesn't know a thing about work. She was from Temecula. She false sense of entitlement. Somebody just gave her that. She didn't earn that. It was probably a rental. Whatever. I can't rent it even if it was a rental. And all of these were negative judgments. The fact that I said white girl that's racial in itself. I mean, I could lie and say I was describing who I was talking about. But that right there is just a glimpse of what's really going on in our world today. You see somebody with something you like, I guess that classifies as what, hating? Is that what I was doing? Well, if she's watching my show, which I hope she is, I apologize, and I would do my best in the future to curtail that ridiculous notion of me hating on somebody else for their worldly possessions. But I must say that I can't hate on somebody's achieved status and ascribed status.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, you didn't know, but I will tell you, some of you guys didn't know. Achieved status is something like professor or successful engineer or CEO or modeling or clothing designer, like probably she was. And then with her achieved status, she could have elaborate symbols. Mercedes being a symbol of what? Wealth, success, you know. And then in America's system, the more valuable things you have, for some strange reason, is a direct parallel to who you are, which is a flawed belief in itself, but it's just what we tend to do. Now, ascribed status is something that a person is born with that has no control over. Skin color. He's a white girl. I'm black. Male, female. Those are ascribed statuses. So to hate someone on an ascribed status is bad, and to hate somebody that has earned what they have because you don't know if they did or not is also bad. And it's just something that I wanted to share with you guys. You guys might be making the same mistake, or thinking about it, or maybe you can listen to what I'm saying and reevaluate yourself that it's just not necessarily the thing to do. But it's things like that we'll be talking about on Bread and Circus. You see, Bread and Circus just isn't a conspiracy theorist show. I'm not no black Glenn Beck wannabe. Glenn Beck, that guy, where is he at now? Anyways, that's not what it is. Mine is a full spectrum show. I will talk about sports. I will talk about political and race relations are the major focal points of the shows. But I can also expand. You guys hear that? I guess that's all we have time for the intro for now. But stay tuned, look forward for more shows, and I'm going to also have a guest on most of the shows, and also a question of the day. So I will see you guys later on today, or maybe in the next hour or so. All right.